We had amazing seats to see her, and she is a badass bitch. Yes, that's the first time we've uttered those words in 86 episodes of the podcast.
Bitch.
Yeah, motherfucker. We're gonna take it up a few notches right now. See if y'all can keep up. Wanna give a motherfucker sucker, put your hand up.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 86 of the ScruffCast. I'm Dan.
And I'm John.
And today, we have a very, very special thing that happened. I didn't know how to phrase that there.
Oh, yes.
We're going to congratulate John and his now fiancée Taryn on getting engaged over the weekend. Yay!
Oh, thank you, Dan.
See, it's like easier if there was another person here. We could both be like, yeah, showing
like,
the enthusiasm, but you're not going to show enthusiasm for your own thing, right? Like,
yeah.
It's kind of tacky.
When you said very special, I thought you were going to say we have a very special podcast, or like a very chock-filled agenda.
No, absolutely not. We don't have that. Don't get your hopes up.
Oh, well, thanks, Dan.
You're welcome.
Yes.
You want to expand a little bit? You want to...
Well, I don't know. That was the details, yeah. Well, I guess...
Yeah, they got engaged.
I've mentioned my girlfriend, Taryn, over the course of the show. I don't know. She comes up every now and then. Even though she doesn't listen to the podcast.
Yeah.
But we were talking on the weekend with my mom about the podcast because in addition to getting engaged, she also moved in with me. And my mom was like, oh, yeah, he brings you up all the time on the podcast, which is true, but she never listens. She never listens. She'll hear us now that she lives here. She'll hear us doing the podcast live.
I was about to say, now she'll hear it.
Maybe that will pique our interest.
Maybe. She's not here right now.
No, she was probably too scared to she's like, I can't deal with the podcast.
Yeah, not on the first weekend moving in.
So she moved in.
And you guys, it's true, you guys already chose your wedding date, right? It's what, second weekend of May, I think?
Yeah.
2021?
Yeah.
That one is, right?
I don't think there's anything else going on around then.
No,
so
probably not, so.
Slot in there nicely.
That'd be nice. I'm excited.
All right. We have a couple listener emails.
Beep, 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 beep.
Listeners that wrote into scruffcast@gmail.com, just like you guys out there can. The first email, no subject.
Oh.
It's strange that Gmail says in brackets no subject, but as the subject line, right?
The subject is no subject. It should just be blank.
Yeah, it should. But
and
then
we would get the hint. No subject.
Anyways, the listener goes on to say, hi guys, Dan's mom here.
Hi, Mom.
Enjoying the podcast as usual, and felt I must write in this week as my favorite podcast has actually mentioned me, and hoped I would write in about my Challenge 60 list and give an explanation. Now, hey, we've mentioned both of us have mentioned our parents.
Yeah.
On the podcast multiple times.
This is just something.
I don't know why your mom was like, they finally mentioned me.
No, but I think we finally have shown interest in something she's doing. I think that's more so what it is.
I see. Hoped I would write in about my Challenge 60 list and give an explanation. I can't take credit for this idea. I got it from my cousin, but there are many ideas online when you Google it, no matter what your age. Anyway, I thought it was a fantastic idea and made my own list. Some of the things are big, like the CN Tower Edge Walk or ziplining. I've already done both. And some are small, like watching the sunrise over Toronto. Did that one too. Or riding the tourist bus tour of Toronto. You know what? I've actually thought about doing that tourist bus thing as well, because we went on one of those hop on, hop off, double-decker bus city tours when I went to San Francisco.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool, right? Stops at all the different things, right? In San Francisco, went over the Golden Gate Bridge and stopped at the Painted Ladies and stuff like that.
It's funny because there's probably so much about Toronto you don't even know.
Exactly. And
we live here, right?
I looked it up because I was wondering, what do they do in Toronto? Because I see them here all the time, right?
Yeah.
And I always think, where do they go? And it was they go to the CN Tower and Scotiabank Arena, and I think went to Bloor and Yonge and Yonge and Dundas Square and stuff.
Oh, okay, so it doesn't seem that exciting.
But is that because it's we live here? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
So that's probably. Or riding the tourist bus tour of Toronto. The idea is to get yourself out there and experience things you normally may not have bothered with, or doing simple things you just don't always have time for, but keep thinking you'd like to do. Like trying one new restaurant a month. So far, it's proven to be so much fun, and I still have lots on my list to do. As for my top 5 experiences, that was our top 5 subject from last episode.
Yes.
Listeners. As for my top 5 experiences, let me do like Dan did and exclude the obvious: getting married, having children, which are the best experiences of my life, but not including that. Here are my top 5. Number 5. Month-long trip I took with my best friend at age 20 to Ireland, with a 4-day hop over to London, England. We stayed with my aunt and her family in Dublin, and strengthened the family bond so much that I'm still extremely close with my family in Dublin. Also, as two 20-year-olds, we had the most amazing time partying in Ireland, and then going to London on our own. Seeing all the sights was so exciting. Truly a memorable experience. How's it going? Number 4, ziplining. Did it at Niagara Falls, and it was thrilling, and for sure I'll do it again in my life, but next time I'd like it to be even longer.
See, I didn't know there was ziplining in Niagara Falls.
I actually just went to Niagara Falls with...
Do you go like across the falls? That would be cool.
That would be crazy.
Zipline right over.
I went with Taryn near the end of last month, and I saw the zip lines there, and I didn't know they had them either. It kind of went from like the top of the falls, like... Because you know how you can like walk by the falls, right? It's sort of all gated off.
Yeah.
It kind of went from like up there to like down towards the bottom.
Like Clifton Hill, kind of?
Yeah, like down towards the bottom, like, you know, where like the Maid of the Mist and those sort of boat tours take off.
Yeah, okay.
Like,
okay.
You know how there's like an area down there, which
Yeah.
I've never been down there? It kind of goes down towards there.
Gotcha.
Number 3. We can't relate to this one, Dan.
No, we can't.
Buying our first house. We worked very hard for it, and to walk into our very own house for the first time was so exciting. Number 2. First time we had a family trip and stayed on property at Disney World. The excitement was huge for me, as I'm such a Disney nut, and to actually stay there with my hubby and kids when I never thought I'd be able to afford it was so fabulous. Number 1.
That wasn't the first family trip we had.
But first time we
But
had
it was
a
the
family
first
trip
time
and
we stayed at Disney
Yeah.
World. On the property.
And then number 1. CN Tower Edge Walk. Hands down the most amazing thing I've ever done. The thrill of being outside that high up and hanging over the side with only 2 straps to hold you. I can't even put it into words. I'd do it again in a heartbeat. Looking forward to next week's show. Well, if you're hearing this, welcome to next week's show. We're already here.
Yeah, that's right.
That was good. That was a good list.
Would you ever do the Edge Walk?
Yeah, probably not.
Really?
Yeah, I'm kind of...
What if we do like, ScruffCast does the Edge Walk?
Would it like help grow the show?
Maybe.
If I knew it would like give us like a material boost. Otherwise, I'm kind of a little bitch. Would you do it?
Yeah, 100%. It's expensive. It's like almost
Yeah.
$200 or something like that.
That is pretty...
I told her if my mom wanted to pay for me, I'd go again. If she wants to pay, I would go.
Oh, there you go. You're putting the call out now. How long are you actually out there for? Do you know?
Oh, I think like an hour or something like that. Like a while. You're out there for a while.
Bad. Then that's not too bad.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's kind of what you get like pictures and videos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's all included kind of in the package. So it doesn't seem too bad. Maybe it's a half hour or something like that, but still.
So a little pricey, but I mean, you're only going to do it once. Right?
I think like though you're up there first, it'd be terrifying, but I guess like once you're up there for so long, you'd eventually just kind of get used to it almost a little bit, right?
Yeah.
I think like the hanging off the side would be wild. Like
Yeah,
I
if
saw
you
the
stood
pictures.
up there,
It's like
it'd be
crazy,
scary, but yeah, it's still leaning over the edge
I still think it'd be cool
because you lean forward and it's like you're secured in, right?
Yeah. I think you lean back. So like you plant your feet and then you lean backwards.
Yeah.
So you hang off
No-
like that,
no
like
way.
looking up towards the sky
No
almost. I think that'd be fun. I would try it. All right, on to the next one. Subject is, hey team. Hey guys, hope you both had a great week. I think we did.
We did.
Before I go to my top 5 from last week, I just wanted to shout out a congratulations to Jonathan and Taryn for finally getting engaged.
Now, finally was italicized.
Yeah.
I don't really like that very much.
A little shade. Don't worry, because there's some coming my way too. And a round of applause again
And the applause is italicized too.
to Danny for sticking with his goal for 2020 and doing the whole intermittent fasting. Thank you.
So I had it in the notes separately, but we can interject into it now. How's that going?
Yeah, still going. I continued on because I think I mentioned last week that I took Super Bowl off
Yeah.
to partake in the festivities. And then I started back again on like last Monday, and I'm still just going through it. It's been good so far. I've been enjoying it. I'm not enjoying it, actually. I shouldn't be saying that, but it's not that bad.
All right.
All right. Where were we? Okay. Top 5 experiences. I have no specific order in what is ranked higher than the others, but I will try. Number 5. Back in 2012, I got tickets to see one of my idols, Carrie Underwood, in concert. However, within seconds of being handed the tickets, I was told I couldn't go because that happened to be the week we were on vacation. Was so upset. Fast forward to 2016, I got another pair of tickets to go see her in concert, and as soon as she entered the stage, I started to cry. I had waited so many years to be able to see her live in concert. It was amazing. Nice.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Number 4. In May, I went to New York for the first time with my mom for a little girls trip. Like a little girls trip?
Yeah. No,
like you're all little girls? Yeah, just little girls only.
Where's the little girls' room?
Although it may not be the city for us, it was... although it may not be the city for us, it was a hilarious trip, and I'm so glad I had an opportunity to go check it out. We saw Jersey Boys while there, and it was so good. Which Jersey Boys is freaking fantastic.
Yeah, we saw it.
We saw Jersey Boys over there on Broadway.
It was fantastic.
Really good. Number 3. In 2015, I had the honor to go to a bunch of World Junior games. Each game was amazing to watch, and I had the opportunity to not only go and watch the Gold Cup game in Toronto, but Canada was playing for gold. It was such an amazing experience. The vibes were so great, and Canada won. It was outstanding. The crowd went crazy, and everyone was so incredibly thrilled. It was amazing, and the chances of me attending another one in Toronto and seeing them winning very slim. Which that is really cool to go to the World Juniors. And the World Juniors was in Toronto that year, and they won gold. I remember that. Connor McDavid was on that team. Max.
I was going to say 2015.
That was a good year.
Yeah, that was like one of the best drafts.
One of the best draft years
recently. Anyway.
Okay, number 2. My future father-in-law did some work for Live Nation. They asked us if there was any tickets or anything he may want. And we asked him for 4 tickets to see Demi Lovato, knowing that myself and his daughter are in love with her. We had amazing seats to see her, and she is a badass bitch. Yes, that's the first time we've uttered those words in 86 episodes of the podcast.
Bitch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She is a badass bitch, and I cried when she came on stage. This listener, I think, cries a lot, it seems like, about music. She cries every time she sees somebody.
It's like the opposite of badass bitch. She's a badass bitch, and then I cried.
Yeah. When she came on stage. It was amazing. Definitely my favorite concert next to Carrie Underwood. Honorable mention. In August, my future sister-in-law got married in Jamaica, and that is where I met my best friend. That trip was so much fun. Having gone with roughly 50 people and all stayed on the resort. It was a blast. We dominated the pool every single day. All the drinking, games, and messing around just made for an amazing trip. Just everything from takeoff from Canada to landing in Jamaica, it was an absolute blast. And number 1. And of course, even though it may be unfair, some people haven't had the moment yet, but my top experience has got to be getting engaged and how he proposed. It was such an intimate and romantic moment that outshines all other moments I've had up until this moment. I obviously assume that my wedding will take this place, but until then, it's definitely the moment that just makes me smile every moment I think of it. Your somewhat loyal listener, Jonathan's sister.
Yes. So I will say the fact she put her New York trip on here with my mom, I can imagine my mom listening and going, "Oh, she picked the trip," because my mom called me and was like, "Oh, you picked our San Francisco trip for your number 1."
So now she's going to call your sister?
Yeah, I'm sure she will.
Oh, that's nice.
She probably didn't make it to the end of the list because she paused already.
Yeah, already made the call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my sister, what? What are you
nice.
talking about? Oh, yeah, I don't even remember putting you on the list.
Throwing the shade.
Yeah.
Giving your mom those italics.
Yeah.
In conversation.
Yeah, there was a lot of italics going on there.
Okay.
Well, thanks, listener, whoever you are. All right.
She said Jonathan's sister at the end.
We can't let them know.
No.
All right. Well, let's look at the notes here. First thing in the notes was to check in on your intermittent fasting, which is still going strong.
Completed. Still going.
Now, listeners may remember, probably, I don't know, 4 episodes ago, I talked about how I set like a random resolution. I was like, you know what? I'm going to watch every James Bond movie this year.
Yeah. You needed like one every 2 weeks or something.
Yeah, because there's 26 of them.
Yeah.
Which I think including the new one coming out in no time.
So we're about a month and a half in.
Yeah.
How you doing?
So I want to update the listeners on the progress. I haven't watched a single one.
You're off to a great start.
You know what the problem is? The old, I'm obviously got to watch them in the order they came out, right?
I was about to ask that. Yeah.
The older ones, I'm just like, it's like less enticing to get into.
I know.
But like, I have the feeling once I watch one, then like,
Get the groove going?
Yeah, I'll get the groove
How
going.
excited are you to get to GoldenEye?
I'm going to be excited to get to, like, that Pierce Brosnan era.
Yeah. Which was, the GoldenEye. Oh, I was actually... Speaking of that, I watched this video on Watch Mojo, the top 10s, at home the other day, and it was, like, top 10 worst, like, CGI mistakes kind of thing.
You're watching top 10 videos without me?
I did. I was at home by myself, okay?
Hey, listeners, that's our thing. We watch top 10
sorry.
videos every week together.
I was missing you, okay? It was a little shout out to you because it was the night you got engaged. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I felt like a piece of me left, for someone else. So I had to watch the top 10 by myself. So anyway, I watched it, and Die Another Day was on there. With Pierce Brosnan. So there's one part where something falls into the water and creates a tsunami, so he has to surf the tsunami. So he's got, like, kind of like a parachute that he's holding onto, like, and then, like, a surfboard. And dude, the CGI, like, graphics on it is so bad. You're gonna, like, die when you see it, man. I couldn't believe it.
Oh, man.
I couldn't believe that they let this pass in a movie. Like, it's brutal.
I remember Die Another Day, the N64 game. The cartridge was blue, so I remember that was cool.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't know if I played that one. GoldenEye was like the.
I don't remember, like, playing it or anything.
Jam.
I just remember that it was blue. The cartridge.
All right.
All right, so that was my update. Now, but speaking of movie watching, I do have an update here because last night, well, from the time we're recording this, the notes say here, John watched a movie from 10 years ago, still holds up, keeping a surprise to reveal on the show to get Dan's reaction.
Yeah, what movie could this be 10 years ago? So, 2010 this movie came out? Or 2009?
Oh, holy shit. Okay, it's 12 years ago. I'm thinking we're still circa 2018 here.
Oh, boy.
Damn, it's 2020. All right.
2008. Can I try to guess?
Sure.
Give me a genre. Okay. Oh, yeah, give me an actor.
Sure, it's got if I give you an actor...
Okay, give me...
I can give you the actor. I wonder if you'll guess it.
Okay.
2008, Adam Sandler. So I figured you'd appreciate this. I hope you've seen this movie. Still holds up. At least I thought so. A little bit racist towards Middle Eastern people.
Don't mess with the Zohan.
Yes. Watched that last night on Netflix. Dude, holds up.
That movie is hilarious when he has, like, the hummus cannon at the end or whatever.
Yeah. Dude, there's hummus everywhere in that movie. He brushes his teeth with hummus. He's like using hummus on people's
That
hair.
movie is very funny.
Like, for the listeners, if you've never watched this movie, Adam Sandler's like he plays this character named Zohan, and he is a Israeli, like, counter-terrorist, army super soldier pretty much.
But doesn't he, like...
Because he's got, like, super strength and just this ridiculous stuff. He, like, kicks through a wall, like, while he's wearing sandals, and the guy blasts away, like, 10 feet away. But really, he wants to... His dream is to cut hair. He wants to make everyone silky smooth, like Paul Mitchell. So he fakes his death and then goes to New York City and tries to get a job at Paul Mitchell Hair Salon. They don't take him. So then he works somewhere else, and then he pretty much just becomes a hit because he cuts all these old ladies' hair, and then he has, like, sex with them in the back of the haircut place.
Yeah.
And I'm talking old, like, these ladies, like, 80 years old. Right? And then it's just, I don't know, he gets into some sort of, like, Middle Eastern conflict type stuff, and it's just ridiculous. That movie holds up. I remember I had my PSP, the PlayStation Portable, and it was hacked. And then I had You Don't Mess with the Zohan downloaded and saved on my PSP.
Yeah, you put it onto a USB and put it on my old computer at home. That old like Mac I had, like the really old one with the tower. You put it on that. I remember that. Good times.
I love that movie.
Great movie.
Anyways, holds up.
Good. I'm happy. I'll have to watch it again. I like Adam Sandler. All right. So, as Kayla mentioned a few weeks ago, it's time for the ScruffCast to get downright freaky.
Freaky.
So we're trying out a new segment. John, would you care to explain it?
So the segment sort of came about. I have to give credit to my now fiancée. We were driving somewhere, and then Taryn came up with the idea, right, to pass. Oh, we're driving to Niagara Falls, actually. She came up with this idea to pass the time. I think she called it like end time or something. It's supposed to be a list of negative things or whatever. Basically, a large list of negative things, like things that are shitty, where you don't want to do any of these things. I'm going to list 10 things here, and we're going to go back and forth between the two of us and whittle them down one by one.
Yeah.
Right? Trying to leave the shittiest thing of these shitty things for last.
We're going to leave the worst one? Or the one we wouldn't mind doing?
Oh, sorry, yes. It's the opposite. We want to eliminate the shittier things.
Yeah. Right? So we're still going to be left with something that sucks, but hopefully just won't suck as much as the other ones.
Wait, is that how it works?
I don't know.
We want to leave the shittiest thing for the end? Yeah, but it wasn't quite like this. It was tweaked a little. Because I think it was ranking the things you would do first. Okay, here's how it works. We're going to go down the list,
Yeah.
And then we pick the things like I would do this. So like I would do this before I would do any of the other things.
Okay, so we're going to leave the worst thing at the very
We
end.
want to leave the worst thing at the very end.
Okay,
Because then
alright.
we'll be stuck with a choice where they're both really shitty.
True. Okay. All right. See, this is us trying to figure it out as we go too.
Exactly.
We don't really get it. Okay.
Who knows? So I think we should go over the entire list for the listeners.
I guess, yeah, we're going to have to do
And
that.
then we'll go back and forth.
All right.
All right. Would you like to go through the list? Or
Yeah, okay, I'll read them out quick. Okay, so we have 10 different things. I'll read them out. Here we go. So, first one is, once a week, pack your whole house as if you're going to move, and then unpack it all. And you have to do that once a week for 3 months. The next one is to get a speeding ticket, 15 over. So, it's not like you don't have to pay a ton, maybe $50 for the ticket, but you get demerit points. It's going to ruin your insurance.
Yeah.
The next one is vegan for a year. You have to eat vegan for a whole year. The next one is getting woken up by a slap every day for a year. Next one, can't sleep with a pillow for a whole year. No pillow. The next one's getting punched by Floyd Mayweather once a month for a year. The next one, your favorite sports team loses every time you watch them for a whole year. So every time you watch that sports team, they lose. So you pretty much can't watch them.
No.
And you just have to bask in their glory from afar. That sucks. Listen to Mambo Number 5 by Lou Bega on repeat for a month.
Now, which one is Mambo number 5?
You know, Mambo Number 5. 1, 2, 3,
Oh,
4,
yes,
5.
okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was the little bit of Monica.
It is that song.
Okay, it is
Yeah,
that song.
yeah.
All right. So I was correct.
All right. The next one is only be able to wear a sweater, like no winter jacket, for the whole winter. So every time you go out, you can only wear a sweater, like a hoodie. Can't wear anything over top, nothing else.
Can you wear like gloves?
Yeah. You just can't wear a jacket. And the last one is go commando for a whole year.
So for listeners who are uninitiated, you can't wear underwear, but you got to wear your pants, right?
Pretty much, yeah. Okay, so we're going to start with the things that you'd rather do. That's right, yeah.
Because it's like, okay, I'll take this one first, and we want to put the shittiest thing at the very end.
Okay. All right, you want to start us off?
So this is tough. I'm already looking at like all of these things suck. But
Yeah.
if like I had to do one of these, which ones would I do? We didn't really specify the rules around the listen to Mambo Number 5 on repeat for a month. How does that work?
Okay, so I think the pretty much rule is, we talked about this before. It was you have to listen to it at all times. So like if you're walking to the train or whatever, it has to be on headphones. You know, if you're at work, you got to have it on headphones. If you're in your house, you don't have to have headphones on, but you have to listen to it like through your computer, through sound system, off YouTube, whatever it is. It always has to be playing constantly.
What about when you're going to bed?
I think you get the free pass when you go to bed. You have to go lay in bed with your headphones on, and then you can pull them off as you close your eyes.
Okay. Man, all of these things suck. I'm already having a very hard time. I would say, oh man, I'm gonna say, go commando.
Oh yeah, that was the one I was gonna take out first.
Yeah, because I mean, yeah, it kind of sucks, but like you get used to it. You get used to it, and you'd have to do less laundry. You probably have to wash your pants more often though.
Definitely. Get some skid marks on those jeans.
Yeah. So that'd be the one I would eliminate.
Yeah, you know what? I can't say I've ever gone commando, so maybe it's not that bad. Maybe I'd enjoy it after the year. I'd just continue
you'd feel
going.
free, right?
Yeah, maybe it'd be good. All right. So the next one I will eliminate is...
This is a solid list. They're all tough.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to say the speeding ticket. 15 over.
But think of the insurance ramifications.
I know.
For 3 years.
But it's just money. Like, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's just money.
Sure.
As much as it sucks, like, I think there's some of these other things I'd rather do less than pay a little extra in insurance every year.
All right. The next one I want to eliminate.
I'm going to start deleting them out of here so I remember where we're at.
And if the listeners like this segment idea we're going with here, you can always shoot us suggestions at scruffcast@gmail.com.
Or if you don't like it, let us know too, because
come to scruffcast@gmail.com as well and let us know.
we're just trying things out here.
All right, the next one, God, these all suck, man. I think I might go with only being able to wear a sweater.
Oh, really, eh?
Well, all the other ones are like for a whole year, for a longer period of time.
This is a whole winter, though.
Yeah, but you're kind of rolling the dice, right? Like,
I know, we live in Toronto area. It's like, winters can be a little soft sometimes.
and like how much time do you spend outside, right? See, it's kind of shitty for me, like walking to catch the train and everything.
Oh, yeah, man.
I'll just fatten up, though.
You got a shovel, It's all stuff you got to do. Hey, if you want to take it out, you take it out, man.
Would I do that thing before some of these other guys? Yeah, no, that's the one I picked.
All right.
That one.
There we go. Okay. The next one I'm willing to eliminate is listen to Mambo number 5 on repeat for a month.
I think that one is a lot worse than you think. Dude, a whole month? Dude, a month.
See, the thing is, I like that song. It's all right. So I can handle it at the start. But, I think it's the shortest time frame out of anything on this. And so I would just get it out of the way, I would get it out of the way. It's the least... Because there's some that are physically painful on this list.
Yeah.
Some are emotionally painful. So this one, I would do it for the month and get it out of the way. And you'd go through your phases, like the episode of How I Met Your Mother, when they're driving in the car with the song, I would walk 5...
Yeah, it's stuck in
eventually they, hate it, but then, 15 minutes later, it cuts back, and they're, singing it and enjoying it again. It would be like that. You would have, a love-hate relationship with this song.
Yeah, I could see that.
So, yeah, that's the one I'm choosing.
All right. The next one. I think I would say can't sleep with a pillow for a year.
Oh, really? Hey?
Well,
dude, my neck would be broken.
I know, but all these other ones are also for a year, except for the packing and unpacking.
Ugh.
And I mean, it's only going to affect when you go to bed, right?
True, but you're going to have a bad sleep every night for a year. I guess, you'd probably get used to it, but...
You would. And it's no cheating. You can't take, a sweater and put that under your head. No.
Nothing.
You're sleeping
flat down.
Flat back. The back of your head would get a little flat.
You could never sleep on your shoulder anymore. You just couldn't.
What, you wait, with your arm out, on your shoulder?
No, you sleep on your side? Your shoulders down against the bed?
Oh, okay, I see what you mean.
Couldn't do that because your head would barely touch.
I don't know.
Touch the
I like to sleep on my stomach, and I have the arm stretched out usually under the pillow.
So you might be all right.
So maybe my arm would be the pillow itself.
You'd have some rough sleeps for a while, but you might get used to it.
So that's the one I'm eliminating.
Okay, fair enough.
All right.
All right, the next one I'm eliminating is vegan for a year.
It's tough.
There's nothing that excites me about being vegan. Literally nothing. As much as I love animals, I also love to eat them.
Dude, it's just tasty, man.
They're so good.
And it's so my sister who wrote on earlier, she's vegan. So she'd pick that one as the first one. She's like, oh, I already do that. And some people do this
willingly. It's
willingly,
wild,
right?
Yeah.
But man, it'd be so limiting. Think of our Monday routine. We go for food before we do the podcast. We can't now we gotta go get vegan food.
Yeah, we'd be going to Sobeys getting tofu bricks and stuff like that.
We'd no more Timbos.
No.
Hey.
I think we could drink the coffee. Could we not? I couldn't. I have a pair of shoes. I don't know if they're real leather. They might be fake leather, but they could be real. I couldn't even wear those.
Oh, we gotta go. I was just thinking the food. Why?
My leather pants? I'll never be able to wear them again. I'm just kidding. I don't have leather pants.
My boots, my winter boots are vegan friendly.
Oh, that's nice.
So it would be fine.
All right,
that's tough. We got 4 things left, so I'll recap them for the listeners.
Yeah.
Once a week, pack your whole house as if you were going to move, then unpack it all for 3 months. So you do that once a week for 3 months. Getting woken up by a slap every day for a year. Getting punched by Floyd Mayweather once a month for a year. And your favorite sports team loses every time you watch them here.
These are some rough ones.
These are all rough ones, but I think I got to go with your favorite sports team loses every time you watch them for a year. It's tough, but my favorite sports team is the New Jersey Devils, and they've been so shitty this year, they're not really worth watching.
Oh man!
But
I probably would have left that to the end.
Really?
Yeah.
Over the packing and unpacking?
Yeah, I would have, man.
You know
that
how shitty
sucks.
it is to pack?
Oh, man, that's brutal.
Good luck trying to watch the game when you're packing everything up. You got to pack your cable box up and your remotes and everything.
Yeah, we just do it every Sunday. Pack it all up quick, unpack it real quick.
Well, if it's football season.
Dude, a full year!
A year is a long time, but like think there's an off season, so you're really only missing.
Dude, I'd be so bummed. Like, you know what though? I would still watch games.
You just let them. That's the thing.
I would watch like 15 games a year. You know?
Sure. Like when they're on that. It's a back to back, and
exactly. I'd watch the back to backs. Something like that.
But here's the thing: every loss would be like just enough. Like you think like, oh, maybe they're actually gonna win. Maybe they're gonna win, and then the other team pulls the goalie. It's like 4-1 or like 5-1. Poof! They score 6 goals in a row. Yeah.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. It's so shitty. I can't believe that one. All right, whatever. It's gone.
Well, the other ones are physically painful.
All right, here we go. Okay, the one I would eliminate next is...
Dude, these all sound so bad.
Getting punched by Floyd Mayweather once a month for a year.
I think that's what I would have picked too.
God, that'd be so painful. I'm thinking like full force. Poof!
Like right in the face?
Yeah.
He's got a glove on though.
I think you can like swap sides though, right? So like first he can go right down the middle, break your nose, because he will break your nose.
Broken nose.
And then, because a month later, that nose isn't going to be fully healed. So then you can go to the right cheek. You know what I mean? Boom, he'll probably shatter some bones there. And then you go left cheek. Boom, he'll shatter some bones there. But by then, the nose is probably healed. So then you restart the whole process,
you think you're getting bone shattered, is that really worse than the getting slapped every day?
Oh, yeah, I couldn't handle that. I'm bad enough waking up.
Dude,
if I had someone slap me every day, I'd probably murder them. I'd be so upset.
I don't want to get my bones, like, crunched, though.
12 punches or 365 slaps. You know what I mean? Like,
when you put it like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, how hard are these slaps?
It could be tearing, just like giving you a good...
Dude,
like that. That's the slap right there, that noise you heard.
It still hurt, especially if it was tearing to make me more mad.
Okay, it's me. I come in every morning and slap you.
But that makes me more mad because like it's easier to get mad at tearing, right? Because like,
So is that what you
move
want?
It all over. Well, no, it's your choice. Well, did we eliminate the getting punched?
Yeah, it's done, man.
Now this is really tough.
You have the final choice.
Pack your whole house as if you're gonna move, then unpack it all for 3 months. Getting woken up by a slap every day for a year. If we had to do the moving one or the packing one, I think I would become a minimalist. Who needs TV? Who needs a couch?
Interesting. So that's the one you're going to eliminate.
I don't know. But getting... dude, that would suck so bad. But getting slapped every day would suck, too.
Yeah.
But you know what? I have a hard time getting up as it is now. Maybe I could use a good slap. Yeah. Ooh. Who needs... I could do
Good morning.
I could do the intermittent fasting. Don't even need coffee.
Yeah, just a good slap in the face.
Yeah.
Hey, John.
I think... Oh, man. For a whole year, every day?
Every day. Or you pack your house up once a week for 3 months.
These are so shitty. I think I have to pick the packing one because it's 3 months.
Really, eh?
Well, here's the thing. After 3 months passes of you getting slapped every day, you're thinking, why didn't I pick the packing?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Right? That third, like the 91st day or whatever, 3 months in a day, you're like, oh, God, I got to get slapped again.
It would be brutal.
It would be brutal.
That's funny because like the ones you eliminate are some of the ones I wouldn't eliminate. I think at the end it would have been the sports team one and the packing one in the end.
See, I have a hard time
with the sports team would have been my last.
The packing would have... I almost was going to like let that one pass to the end because... Like, think you'd have to stay up, like, it's so late that day, right? But it's only one weekend a month.
You'd get a good flow going, though. You know, boom, 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 what to do,
That's
right?
true.
You'd have the boxes all ready to go, fire everything away. All right,
but it would be so demoralizing because you just know you're unpacking it all.
So that's it. All right. So we have to do all those other things. Yeah. But we're not going to get slapped in the face every morning.
Yes.
All right. There we go. All right. That's the end of that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Maybe you didn't. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. Was it all right? Were you guys just like, what the heck is that?
Yeah.
Or were you guys
stupid?
Like, these guys are so funny. I love the ScruffCast team.
Well, don't worry. We're about to redeem ourselves with the top 5. Another list. Because we know how much everybody loves lists.
Yes.
So this week's top 5 is top 5 heartbreaks. Now, when we say heartbreaks, we don't mean like, oh, my girlfriend broke up with me. No. And
Yeah, like not necessarily
we also
heartbreak.
or like a family member dying. We don't want to get that grim. Okay, these are just like things that happen where you're like, no, I can't believe this happened. Like disappointments, heartbreaks and disappointments. Top 5. All right, John, you gonna start us off?
Yeah, because it's whoever does the intro, the other person goes. So I had a hard time coming up with the actual ranking of these heartbreaks. Let me find my notes here. All right. All right. My number 5 is the Nintendo Switch reveal presentation at the beginning of 2017. Now, I love video games, right? Who doesn't?
Yeah.
Losers. That's who doesn't. And, who doesn't love Nintendo, right? They had the Nintendo Wii, which is like this massive hit, and it's like, let's play Wii bowling with Grandma, right? Everybody loved it. Then they did the Wii U, and everyone's like, what the hell's the Wii U, right? Nobody even knows what it is, and that was a disaster. So people were waiting, and then Nintendo revealed the Nintendo Switch. It's going to be like, it's a handheld, so you can play it on the go, right? Like the DS and the Game Boy from back in the day. Or you can like put it in the dock and play on your TV, right? It's like a hybrid system. That's the whole Switch that they got, right?
I didn't even catch that, actually. Smart.
That's why it's called.
Never got that.
And, I was looking forward to it. I was like ready for the redemption of Nintendo.
Yeah.
And then they, at the beginning of 2017, the year the Switch came out, they had this like reveal, like press conference. It was like an hour long. And it was just such a bad presentation that I was like so disappointed. I was like, Nintendo, I wanted to love it so bad. And you just shit on it. Like they had, someone from Nintendo come out and he's showing like the Joy-Cons, which are like the weird controllers that go on the side of the Switch. And it's like, you can feel the rumble inside. And it's like you're shaking a cup of ice. And he's like shaking it. And it's like you could feel the individual ice cubes inside it or something.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
And the presentation was just, it was so bad, I made Taryn watch it. Like I watched it again, like an hour long. And I made her watch it. And I was like, look at this. Look, what is this? What are they doing?
But at least, as it turns out, the Switch is a great system.
Yes, they proved me wrong, but that presentation
was just horrible.
Was so bad that I was
a heartbreak at first.
I was disappointed. Yeah. Thankfully, it redeemed itself. That's why it's number 5.
All right, fair enough. Okay, my number 5 is Kawhi Leonard leaving for LA. Now, Kawhi came, he saw, he conquered. He brought the Raptors to the championships. They won. He won MVP, and I remember thinking, like, as far as I'm concerned, he can leave, and he's a hero. That's it. It's all good. It's all good. Doesn't matter anymore. He's done his thing. He's done all he's needed to do. And as the time went on and free agency kind of begun, it started to look more and more like he was going to sign back with Toronto, So you start getting your hopes up a little bit.
Yeah, there's these things going on, right? They're trying to track the planes and stuff.
People are tracking, MLSE's private plane flies from Toronto to LA and then LA and back like 20 minutes later, right? Like they're going to pick him up to bring him back for a press conference, and then out of nowhere, boom! Oh, he's signing with the LA Clippers. No! Like just such a bummer, It's like I didn't have my hopes up at all because I was like, he's probably going to leave. He didn't want to be here in the first place, He did his thing. He came, he gave it his all, and he won a championship.
Yeah, it's not like he fell short of it, right?
But then there's that little bit of hope creeped in those like 4 days, you know what I mean? And just crushed me. It was sad, but still, he's awesome.
As we go through the list, we'll see that the key to a really good heartbreak or disappointment is the hope.
Yeah, fact.
All right, my number 4 is moving away in the 3rd grade. So when I was in the 3rd grade.
In the 3rd grade?
In the 3rd grade, yes. When I was in grade 3, my parents sold the house and then moved to the other side of Brampton, which is where I was growing up. Thankfully, I still went to the same elementary school, so we're all friends. But, I had the homies on the street, right? I mean, you don't know because, you weren't on my street back in the day.
I don't know, man.
But it was so disappointing. There was this kid up the street named Sean. We would always hang out. You're like, You're like, John, I've never fucking heard of this guy.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this.
I'm getting a little jealous here now.
And I remember there was this Filipino kid who lived on the street, Edward. And he had glasses. I think he went to our school. But I remember moving and sitting in the back of the car, and I remember I had my hamster in the hamster cage. And that kid, Sean, when the car was leaving, he was like, Johnny! Like, say it. And dude, never saw that guy again. Never saw that guy again. We used to hang out in the summer all the time, going outside, riding our bikes, doing whatever stupid shit.
Maybe Edward's listening right now.
Dude, that would be
Edward and Sean.
That would be wild. I wish I knew the last name to look him up on
Maybe
Facebook.
he could reach out.
Hit me up, Edward.
That's a good one. Okay. My number 4. So it's a bit of a story. So when I was maybe 7 or 8, I played hockey, just like house league hockey, right? So, back then we had the Brampton Battalions. They were the OHL team.
Yes.
And thing, right? So they have like the arena, the Powerade Center. Now it's called the CAA Center, but the Powerade Center at the time. So we used to go to games, watch battalion games there. And like when you're that age, like it looks like a massive arena. Now it's like it's not the size of like the ACC. It holds about 5,000 people, but it's like the same kind of layout, right? Just like no upper bowl. It's kind of scaled down a bit, but it's like still a big arena. So the coach for my hockey team at the time somehow was able to get us ice time there and get us to practice. Like we were gonna have a practice on that ice, and I thought it was like the coolest thing ever. Like, oh my god, I'm gonna get to play where all these these older people. It's so cool, right?
Yeah,
where all
like
these adults, professionals get to play. And then like 2 days before, the coach's mom died, which like is horrible, right? And so the other coaches decided like we were just going to cancel and we weren't going to do it, right? And I remember as a kid being so bummed, like so mad, and like you're so irrational too as a kid, right? You're like, well, why does it matter if his mom died? Like, you're so mad. It's just selfish. Go? Yeah, why can't we all go? Why does he have to ruin it for the rest of us? I remember just being so mad. That's funny because since then I play in a like a men's league out of the Powerade Center, and we play on that ice surface like every other week. And it's just like whatever. I actually don't like playing on it, funny enough now.
7-year-old Dan was crushed.
I know. I think like the first time I went and played on that like rink was still like kind of cool. As like an adult, I was like, oh, this is kind of neat that I'm here. But now it's like it's lost its mojo,
That was a good one.
Thanks.
All right. My number 3. I think I was, I don't know, let's say 10 or so. And, back in the day, you'd rent video games, right?
Yeah.
And I remember I rented Pokemon Yellow for the Game Boy Color.
Yep.
And I don't know how long I had it, let's say a week or so. Went through the whole game, right? Got to the end, catching all these Pokemon and everything. Fun time, awesome time.
Yeah.
Now, one time, I don't know, my mom went out or something, she was somewhere. So me and my sister were home with a babysitter. And I know mom was going to be like, listening to the story, be like, why? I don't remember this at all. Anyways, the babysitter, I let her play Pokemon on the Game Boy or something, or she'd let like somebody else play it or something. I can't exactly remember. But I remember a little while later going to put Pokemon Yellow back on that Game Boy and booted up, and the save was erased.
Oh.
All the Pokemon gone. Now, I had only rented it,
but
like still at this point, I had it long enough that I went through the whole game.
Yeah.
And then the save was erased, and you're like, what? Oh,
that's
just
brutal.
crushed. Just crushed. That was a repressed memory that I forgot about until we're coming up with this list.
Hey, you have to send you for therapy.
Yeah, that was a tough one.
All right, my number 3. The year was 2004. And I think I may have told this story on the podcast. I'm not sure. So my favorite band at the time was Blink-182. And they were going out on tour. They were coming to Toronto. And I remember Anthony got tickets from his parents. I think like maybe his stepdad bought him tickets or something like that. So he was going, and I begged my parents, oh, Mom, Dad, please, can I go see Blink-182? They're my favorite band ever. Please take me. And they're like, oh, you can go next time they come. Next time they come to Toronto, you can go. So I was like, fine. You know what I mean?
You have to wait a year.
I shit you not. Like a couple weeks later, my mom shows me the newspaper, like, Blink-182 broke up. And I was like, no! Like, I was so bummed. I was like, not only did they break up, I was mad about that, but like, I missed the damn concert, I was finally going to get to see them for the first time ever, my favorite band, and I missed it, and I'll never get to see them again. And that was it, just like that. I remember being so bummed. And the funniest thing was, I remember bringing the newspaper to school to show everybody else.
I remember this, yeah.
And it's just so funny because, like, that was the way that information traveled back then, right? So, like, they probably broke up, like, 3 days before, right? But we didn't know.
Like, how long did it take that, that news to travel up to us in Ontario here?
I know, it's so weird, right? So, that's it. Heartbreaking. But they got back together in 2009, and by that point, I was old enough to own my own credit card, and I bought tickets myself.
I knew that one was going to be on your list.
Yeah, of course.
I remember you bringing the newspaper in. All right. My number 2. The New Jersey Devils lose in the 2012 Stanley Cup Finals.
Oh, not so heartbreaking for me.
Now, I love the New Jersey Devils, right? They would be the team that would lose every time I watched them if I, took that other thing from the terrible list game, whatever we want to call it.
Yeah.
Right? And they somehow made it all the way to the Stanley Cup Finals in 2012. And I remember I was working, I was doing like shift work at the time. So I was, you'd work 2 weeks of day shift, 2 weeks of night shift. So I actually didn't even get to watch these final few games because it was on the night shift, right? Just go on my break and just, check my phone. So what? No, right?
Yeah.
And they made it to the finals, and I think they were down like 3-0, and then they won 2 games. So it's like, maybe they'll pull off the miracle, the magic. And then they lost in 6 games. Someone got like a major penalty, and they got 3 goals against them. Steve Bernier, shaking my head.
Shake my head, Steve.
And he's long out of the league now. That bum.
Yeah,
but they lost, and they've been poo ever since.
They have. Yeah. They have.
And Terrence is gonna hate that I tell this story, but I grew out my hair and my beard. Right, I was growing my playoff beard. My beard didn't grow as majestically as it does now. Right, it didn't grow that well back then. So I was just looking like a scraggly shit back then.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Ugh, I hate that beard." Right, and they lost. I had to shave the beard, and then they never made the playoffs again until like 2 years ago. But then when they finally broke the curse, but I would tell her like, "You cursed them. You said I hope you never grow that beard again," which she never said. Right. And then they'd never been
fake
playoffs.
blaming on her.
So she would hate that I'd say that she cursed them.
Right.
But the curse was broken, but they're poo again this year. So that was a heartbreak.
All right, I like that one. All right, my number 2. John, this might be your number 1, but it comes in number 2. And it was the car accident before prom. I don't think this is something we've ever even talked about on the podcast.
Have we?
I don't know.
I'll
I'll sum it up real quick. Long story short, we got into a car accident. It involved the both of us in 2 separate cars running into each other.
We were street racing.
Real cool. And like for selfish purposes, obviously, like when you're younger and like you don't ever see big picture of things, and like I remember just thinking like the after party trip of prom, it's like the only thing that matters, right? Like that was like the whole thought process, right? I remember just like we got into an accident on the way to it, and then that was it, right? It was just like, no, I was so bummed, just like so mad, so bummed.
Did you end up going on the trip? Because some people still ended up going.
We went up for a day, one day. We were able to go.
You went, even though I didn't go?
Yeah, you were invited, but
Anthony, the real homie, he stayed behind with me.
He was trapped with you. That's what really happened.
He could have squeaked in there somehow. Yeah, no, actually, that one is not on my list.
Oh, that's
well,
good.
It's a disappointment. It's a heartbreak. I don't know. It's like it's above just like a disappointment.
It's like, it goes beyond
because
it.
Then had to pay to fix the cars and all this shit is bad times. Bad times. Bad vibes.
All right, honorable mention.
My honorable mention, which was going to be something else, but just triggered a memory when we were talking about Blink-182, okay. And I've mentioned on the podcast before. Oh, yeah. The Deadmau5 concert I was going to go to, and then they canceled it because of the venue, issues with the venue, and they're supposed to reschedule it, and that was 3 years ago, and they've never rescheduled it, and I've never been to see him.
Yeah, it sucks.
That's disappointing.
Yeah. That's a tough one.
Now we're getting any... No!
All right. I got another music-related one here, actually. So this one's kind of weird because it's like a little bittersweet, and I'll explain why. So, as some of you may know, one of me and John's favorite bands growing up was Dream Theater, and so it was the day I found out that their drummer was leaving the band. So, the thing was, like, he was one of my favorite drummers of all time, right? And he was leaving Dream Theater, which was one of my favorite bands, which like sucked, right? No, but like the bittersweet part of it was he was joining my other favorite band, Avenged Sevenfold. He was joining them as their drummer because their drummer had died and they asked him to fill in. So he left Dream Theater like permanently. Yeah. And so I was like, oh, maybe he's joining Avenged Sevenfold full time now, right? So it was like this weird bittersweet thing where I had my favorite drummer joining my favorite band. It was like super weird, but it was still,
you're taking
still
apart
sucked,
the other
right?
band.
Yeah, it still sucked. So yeah, that's it. Your number 1.
My number 1. Now, I said earlier, the key to the good heartbreak is hope. My number 1 takes me back to the fall of 2014. Dan, you will remember this.
Okay.
I had just bought an Xbox One. I was hotly anticipating the release of Halo the Master Chief Collection.
I was a part of this, yes.
Right? And for the listeners out there, when you think of the good old days, for me, I even tell like Taryn, like, those were the good old days. And this is before I even knew her, right?
Yeah.
Back in the day, like 13 years old, playing Halo 2 online every day. Those were the days.
Yeah.
Like, take me back.
Yeah.
Take me. Take me back. So, Microsoft said, okay, Halo the Master Chief Collection. You're going to have Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo 4. Boom! All in one package, all in one disc. You can play online just with the same graphics from back in the day, or we remastered all the graphics for Halo 2. It's going to be awesome. Get the gang back together. It's going to be fun times. So I got an Xbox One.
I got an Xbox One.
You got an Xbox One. Even Kalon had an Xbox One.
Anthony had an Xbox One.
Anthony had the Xbox One. We're getting the gang back together.
We all buy the game the very day it comes out.
Yes, and I have a story about how I went and bought the game too.
Okay.
I was in my last semester of college at the time. I went to Walmart, right?
Yeah.
They have like displays and stuff. The game is nowhere to be seen. I can't find anybody to talk to in the store. The store just opened, right?
Okay.
I went at like 9 a.m. And I don't get up early for pretty much anything. We were just talking about getting slapped and the other thing. So it's not there. So I'm like, man. So then EB Games is in the same parking lot as the Walmart was. Go over to EB Games. It's closed. Not open yet. And it's like, 9:30 at this point. I'm like, I need the game. So then I go up the street to Target because Target was still around. Finally, get the game. Get my hands on the game. Get the game. Get home. Put it in the system. Gotta install the game. It's like 80 gigabytes.
Of course. Takes forever.
So there goes a few hours, right? And then after that, there's like a 20 gigabyte, day one update that you got to do. Finally, it's updated. All right. Everybody's home from work and school and whatever. Let's dive in. The game was just broken beyond repair.
Yeah.
Okay. You couldn't join up with your friends. Like, you try to join their game, and then it would say joining, and then just wouldn't join. You couldn't even I don't even think the voice chat would work. You'd be trying to talk to somebody, and then it was they'd get kicked out of your group.
The whole thing was a mess. I
And
didn't like that.
It was all buggy and everything.
It was getting hacked by that lizard squad or whatever.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the denial of service attacks or whatever, people just bombard the servers.
Yeah.
So nobody can play. And then I was looking so forward to that game.
Yeah. That did suck.
This was the thing I was talking about with Taryn just yesterday or 2 days ago that made me think of this idea for our top 5. Because that was a top. You want to talk about heartbreak, disappointments? Man, I was disappointed.
Yeah, what's funny
I
too
was
is
so looking forward to that game.
We tried to go at it for a couple days or a week or whatever it was, and just nothing was working, and that was it. We kind of it just fizzled out, and we lost our.
It lost the magic.
Yeah, lost the magic. That was it. All right, my number 1. I'll keep it short. 4-1 third period lead. And that's all I'm going to say about that because it still eats me alive. All right, that was the top 5.
That's a really sad one.
Yeah. Send in your top 5 heartbreaks or disappointments. We love to hear your pain.
Yeah. You know what?
It can't all be good experiences,
No, it's not all fun times on the ScruffCast. We got real with you,
Yeah.
Do you guys have terrible memories you want to share with us and let us just blast them out to all of our followers?
Don't give us the ones where you were abused by a father, a drunk father or something. Don't give us those ones. We're not your therapists.
We want to keep it a little light,
Yeah. Okay? Besides that, let us know. Your heartbreaks, your disappointments. You saw our lists. They're pretty, innocent.
Did your favorite video game not work either?
Yeah, exactly. Did you not get to skate on the big ice when you were 7? Let us know. All right. I think that's about it, eh?
Yeah, that's
going. Yeah, let us know if you guys like that new segment too, or if you didn't like it. Either way, like I said,
yeah. What are you guys thinking? Trying to get a little downright freaky.
That's
Is
right.
Too freaky? Not freaky enough? What do you guys need?
Well, what level of freak do you want us at?
Are we fulfilling you guys? Podcast desires here?
Let us know. Simple as that.
ScruffCast@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter @ScruffCast. On Instagram @TheScruffCast. On YouTube, if you're watching this on YouTube, click the thumb up.
Are you watching right now?
YouTube? We need to know. Who's watching on YouTube. Click the thumb up and comment and say, I'm watching.
I'm watching on YouTube.
If you comment and say, I'm watching, then I'll read your...
I'm watching.
I'll read your name on the next show. Oh,
That's
look.
Right.
Nigerian Prince 720 is watching.
There you go. All right. Then that wraps it up. All right. That was episode 86 of the ScruffCast. Thanks for listening, everybody, and we'll catch you next week.
As I'm watching her go all out, thinking this, oh damn that bad thing. I can tell you're really good at distracting.
My leather pants? I'll never be able to wear them again.